And welcome back, everybody. Hope you guys held tight during that quick 10-minute break. Everyone needed to stretch and get their bones back realigned. As you can see, I have a new partner to my left. This is Paul Boston. Boston was out there playing for a little bit that first couple hours.
Well, I don't know if you could call it playing. I was sitting there a lot.
Yeah, you hung out. Hang out, watch the table from a different view. Now you get to see all the cards and everything.
It'd be neat to see what they're playing because there was a lot of action there in the last half of that.
Sure, a lot of good calls, a lot of big pots. But let's get an updated chip count real quick. Here it is. As we saw that first couple hours, Pete was crushing. Pete bought it for $500. He's up to 904 now. Let's see if anyone can catch him. Harry bought it for 400. He's down a little bit here. Mark is our new player at the table. He's taking Paul's spot, so he's sitting at 300. Golf Ball Paul, named after his little card protector. He bought into the game. He's taking over for Flush Draw Dave. He's at 300 as well. Tammy, she's in the game for more than 244. She got felted once and reloaded, but she's at 244. Chuck's in the game. I think Chuck's in the game for about 400, so he's sitting at 181. Mandy bought in for 200. She's down a little bit. And Michael bought in for, let's see here. Mike bought in for 200, so he's sitting down about $46.
So far, I've been the second biggest winner in the game with a $35.
Well, that's what happens when one person is just mashing everyone. Pete's crushing everyone. So let's see if anyone stands up to him and chips into that big stack of his.
All right, let's send it back out to the table.
Mr. Belvedere kicking it off. It's like Mike will be under gun here. You're right. Pete is killing it for sure.
Yeah, he's just been unreal.
As we found out during the first 2 hours, Harry has many children. Everyone in chat kept talking about how they were Harry's son. So.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, so I forgot to ask him about that during the break. We were a little busy running around, but.
I'll tell you what. There was a few calls that first half that Pete made that were just. I never thought were good when he turned his cards over.
That's why we call him Poker Pete.
Check.
Not much going on here.
Pete with the gutter ball.
I think Pete will bet it. Yeah.
16.
He was a pre-flop raiser, so raises look like aces, as they say.
I'll tell you what, I played with Pete a few years ago, and he's gotten way more aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, he cut his teeth online. He used to play, I think he even played a little bit underage, don't tell anybody. But he got really good, really fast. A lot of winnings under his belt. Knows how to play the game. I think on average, he usually plays higher stakes than these. So
yeah, he.
So playing 1-2 is actually a little bit beneath his level, if you want to say that. I mean, the stakes don't really matter as the players you're playing against, but if you're constantly playing for thousands of dollars instead of hundreds of dollars,
yeah, you can make those kind of calls fairly easy.
You have the ability to make. It's not money in front of you anymore.
Right.
It's chips, and you're playing the game, and the only way you keep track of scores is with the money that you win.
Yeah, I played a little too tight, I think, but I hadn't played with several of these players before, so I erred on the side of caution.
It's not a bad thing. There's a look at our tournament director, Mark Cucciafello, as we have to call him Cooch.
Mark and Pete have played quite a bit together.
Okay, the sheriff. So Pete made it 6 in early position. Mark repopped with ace-10. Now Michael's sitting here going, well, what the heck do I do with kings? And he flatty-patties
it. Wow.
As we saw earlier, Michael was not running the best. So he's going to be looking to dodge an ace or some sort of 8-4 combination.
That ought to do it right there.
That'll make him feel a lot better, though.
Yeah. I thought Pete might bet there.
Nah, not with a 3-bet. He's
35.
He's more in the mode of
That's true. I forgot about Mark betting there. As you can see, Mark's going to be a lot more aggressive than I was.
I think it's just a tendency when you're sitting there, like, for the most part, Mark is sitting off to the side, watching the action, making sure the players are, everything's working out for them. So you get a little antsy when you're sitting there watching.
Yeah. You get a little antsy when you're sitting there folding for 2 hours, too.
Especially when you're just watching all the money get splashed around. So Michael officially has a check mark now. Let's see if he can win a big one here.
It looks like he's going to.
I'm sorry you're not having a good stream there, Jack Huzak. It seems like everyone else is viewing it just fine. So this must be something on your end.
Well, does he drop the hammer here?
Yeah, he's just all in.
Might be. It's right around there.
I think it's like $9 more.
$9 more.
Well, Pete's not going to get there now.
Pete's like, here's some boneless wings from Applebee's.
And King's full for Mike.
Not making him feel a little bit better. He took a tough beat earlier with Ace King versus Ace Queen.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to thank everybody for hanging out in chat and talking with us. Like we said before, there's zero delay, so anything you want to ask myself or Paul, fire away in the chat room, and we'll do our best to answer, assuming it's nothing too lewd or crude.
We can answer those questions on the after show.
Yeah, maybe I'll type in my answer.
Two to go. Go.
Quickly folding around the table.
Call. 5 players. Check.
Well,
I thought he said 5 players.
it
But
did.
I see. There we go. Pop, 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 pop.
7.
Now we don't have the board.
There
we
it is.
go. And we get two top pairs.
21.
Top pair for Tammy, top pair for Chuck. Let's see how this gets going. Tell him B-Mails. B-Mails has all the answers. If you have a question, B-Mails will answer your questions in chat. He's got it all figured out. Quick
Nice
fold by Chuck.
Yeah, nice fold there.
I think people have figured out that Tammy's rarely bluffing, and it's never a good idea to bluff her.
Yeah, well, I had one hand where I had raised a button with ace-9, and I was going to c-bet it, and I'm like, what's the use? If she's even got bottom pair, she's going to call me down.
Which is good if you end up turning a really good hand, but
Yeah, I didn't, but
so Tammy, you put the notes on Tammy. You say, you know what, I'm just gonna value bet her. There's no sense
yeah, when I
bluffing.
got it, I'm going to bet it,
5 to go with live strat.
and I'm not going to try and bluff her.
Chuck lets it go. Mark as well. Tammy's never folding an ace. She comes along for the
Call.
fun.
Now it's going to get more expensive here.
It's like 20 now. Call.
Tammy snap calls with the ace rag.
Wow.
And call.
Looks like Michael's tired of
3
folding.
players.
Ace queen 5.
There's Pete.
And Pete, as per usual, flops top pair. So earlier Tammy called with just an ace high in a very interesting spot.
It
This
was
time she
king
has-
high.
King high one time, and she also calls.
Oh, did she call another one with ace?
She called ace high on a couple streets, and it was just kind of like, what? So everybody in chat, if you want to follow along and keep up to to date with everything we have going on behind the scenes, follow us on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com and search for Poker on Air. You can check out our Facebook page and see all our behind the scenes photos, all of our updates. We will show you how we update our past broadcasts, and you can check them out on our site on pokeronair.com. It's a great way to stay in touch with everything we do. And you can share with your friends. Tell everybody, like, hey, I was on Twitch the other night and I saw these new guys running live poker. And everyone else is running, online games and this and that. This is live, real-bodied people. You need to see every hand. It's pretty awesome.
And as we saw earlier, Tammy's not folding an ace.
No, it's not really in her repertoire. Harry getting a little frisky here.
Yeah, I was starting to get suspicious of Harry a little bit on some of his raises.
Honestly, I mean, this is maybe only the second or third time he's gotten out of line.
Really?
But he does have the button. Obviously, a very good start.
20.
He has that methodical approach.
Yeah. Like I said, I was starting to get suspicious, but there was absolutely nothing I could do about it most of the time.
I mean, Harry's often playing in position, as he was that time, on the button.
Right.
So you were sitting, like 3 seats to his right, so you're going to be playing in a bad position against him majority of the time.
And I try to avoid that as much as possible.
Yeah, no one likes playing out of position. It's just a headache waiting to happen. This is a rake-free game, so it is definitely legal. We are not making any money off of this game.
Michael, 10 now.
Wow.
Ooh, Paul.
Yeah.
I told you I wasn't going to make fun of you, but this is a spot where there's dead money out there. 3-bet that thing.
5 players.
Nobody hits anything.
So Paul is still technically the leader.
16.
And now he bets. Wow.
Good for him.
Nice bet.
There's always, I mean, I'm assuming if this gets through, it's going to feel good just to break the seal.
Yeah.
It feels good to get that first win under your belt. Yes, that was the old flat call with the ace king. Not your not something I'd recommend all the time, but if you mix it up to balance your range, it's not a horrible play.
I don't mind it in a cash game too much. Like you said, you can't do it all the time, but
If it was against like one raise, I don't know. I'm always raising. I look at it. You just don't get enough good hands. I just feel like I'm gonna maximize my profitability with anytime I get a monster like that.
yeah, I did. I made the same mistake with ace queen suited earlier. I should have re-raised it.
There might have been a chat about that back here.
Yeah, it was awful.
Just a time frame that it happened when Pete was winning basically every pot and he was raising every third hand. Even though he raised in fairly early position, I think 3-betting Pete was been ready to move in that spot.
Yeah, I agree. As soon as I did it, I was not happy with myself, believe me.
5 players.
But you won though, didn't you?
Yeah, I did win.
Yes, you just figured you could have won a little bit more.
Check.
Golf ball Paul was the best of it again. Best of it right now.
See if he bets the second pair.
10 now.
And he does.
I agree, one step. I hate limping. It drives me up a wall. Chucky calls with a second pair.
Check. 10.
Interesting bet. Not quite the right price for Chuck, but for $10, I think it's good check. Maybe not. I think Paul might think he's bluffing right now. Which in that case makes me interested to think.
This is a different Paul.
But it's still a tad timid. Like if he thought he was bluffing, I think he should probably bet more on the turn.
Yeah. It's a different Paul than I'm used to.
He's usually covered in baby oil. That's the one you're used to. What do you mean, get any love? What, just because you're funny all the time, I can't always be giving you props. I see it. I see you over there. Your nursing home jokes. There have been more limps than a nursing home at this table. Actually, I think it might be less limps at a nursing home.
I'll tell you what, in a 1-2 game.
Thank you for the follow, DVCDDBJ.
There are usually a lot of limps.
16.
Maybe that's where I'm going wrong.
I know at the casino, when I go up to the horseshoe, it's unbelievable how many limp pots there are.
Zing is right. Chuck and Pete doing a little tango here.
Let's see if Pete repops it here.
Indeed he does. This is just actually unfortunate by Chuck. I think the majority of the time, I think he actually is ahead of Pete's range. So I think 3-betting on the button actually is fine. It just he's up against it again. That's the thing that, like, I mean, he's done some goofy things here and there, but for the most part, he's had really good hands.
Yeah, the few times he got. Well, this could get interesting. Let's see who gets him.
I think once Pete blasts it, I think Chuck's it's gonna be Kapuya in the middle. Punish them limpies for sure. And Pete gets it done again.
When I grow up, I hope to be half as good as Pete is.
It's all about setting goals. I agree, Fake Claw. Limping is for weenies. No one likes a weenie. I think that every now and again, I think you can get away with limping possibly in a tournament if you are really good post flop, but limping cash king just doesn't make a whole lot of sense ever.
11.
Oh, wow.
31.
Do you want to have a prediction what Paul does? Let's guess.
All in. Yeah, I think Paul flats.
I think so too. And he does. Off to the flop we go.
Heads up.
No.
No, yeah. If you're gonna flat there, you can't.
Actually, if I don't think he's doing this on purpose, but
35.
is Pete ever betting this board?
A lot.
Like after he 3-bets and Paul flats. Uh-oh. Devious plans. Devious plans. We've got devious plans in the midst.
85.
Ooh. 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 Golf ball Paul showing his cojones. That was weird. That was
nice.
That was one of the most aggressive plays I've ever seen him make.
Like I said, he's playing different than I've ever seen him play.
I think he started the game on tilt. And so here's a little comparison. So back when I was athletic and played sports in high school and all that, I played a lot better when I was mad, which is really tough to do in poker because when you're mad, obviously you're tilting, you're maybe not playing your optimal way. But sometimes, like when I got mad, I would get focused. So sometimes when you get focused, it makes you like possibly see through your opponent's play and allows you to maybe play a little more optimally.
I sometimes do that to myself.
Would you smack yourself around in the mirror? Get
Yeah.
yourself,
No,
get
I
yourself
just,
pissed off and you
you
go
know,
to town?
You know, when I get upset.
Kings again?
Yeah, back to back.
I don't think he's gonna get any love, but he's like, I'm on a little personal heater. Watch out,
that's a
boys.
mistake.
Watch out, boys. My butt's on fire.
That's a mistake. Don't show him.
It's one of those things though. It's like, you know, you show quads, but sometimes when you get kings back to back, you're just like, you know what? Maybe I will show everybody.
Yeah.
I told Paul I'm rooting for him. Brent, you get better when you start drinking.
Those are the first 2 cards
I can see it happening.
I can't wait to see flush draw the next time I see him.
He goes, whoops, I guess they left my seat a little too early.
Yeah, because he left. He said, I'm not getting any hands in there. I'm getting out of here.
Keep secrets real
Thank
long,
you,
right?
Andrew, for the follow. Appreciate it. You following us just makes our hearts all warm and fuzzy.
Go pitter pat.
We do it for you guys. B-Million, you're killing the chat. I'm so proud of you.
I wish I could see it now.
Golf Ball Paul's been setting us up for the last 4 years. He's just like this super knit rock, and now he's just coming out firing. Granted, he has some big hands, but he still blasted away on the second pair.
That's the one that impressed me the most.
7 players.
So I guess everyone's in his hand.
Check.
Anybody with a spade draw?
Check.
Tammy.
Tammy's in spade draw.
That's a straight flush draw.
$12.
Don't think anyone.
Pete's the only one that might call, I think.
Pete might hang out, but other than that, there he is.
He's pretty good at putting people on the draws.
Check.
That'll also help Pete call on these future streets.
Check. Check. Check.
Tammy gave up.
And
Probably
Pete-
a good thing.
Pete's gonna win another one. Pete's good. I mean, there's no way around it. I like though when he calls out these people's hands. He's just like, you know what? I think you're on a flush draw. I'm gonna peel a second pair.
5 straddle. 5 please.
Let's see a big one. Yeah, I'm ready for a big one.
Yeah, that's.
We tried with the ace, king, and kings.
5 to go live straddle.
Michael.
Call.
So this limp parade seems to be like the new deal right now. I'm wondering how long before maybe Harry and Pete make people knock that off.
Three players.
And the 8's limp with them. I know you're out of position, but I think I'm jacking it up. There's a lot of dead money out there. I think the straddle was on, all that good stuff.
Oh, that's right. The straddle was on.
And now the 8's are in no man's land.
Yeah, I think he's gonna bet here. Yeah.
10's a bet.
Ball takes it down.
I guess I'm indifferent about that bet.
Live straddle. 5 to 2.
Fire up that zone poker. I wish I could play some zone. Again, thank you everyone for tuning in. We are here every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. We will be varying up our games eventually. We might be doing some 2-5, some Omaha, perhaps a sit and go. So if you guys have any thoughts or suggestions, let us know in chat, and we will accommodate what the fans want to see.
15.
There was some talk earlier about trying to get a POA game next week.
Heads up.
I think if we run a PLO game, which I'm sure we will at some point, I think I'm just gonna be going, oh my gosh, it's me going crazy for 4 hours straight.
Yeah, it's a game I haven't played. I used to play high-low, but the high only, I haven't played too much.
My
so.
heart can't take it. You're up. You're down.
I don't have enough gamble in me anymore.
Uh-oh, we have an Andrew battle in chat. Andrew versus Andrew Crime right now. Welcome, Kings Gone Wild. Thank you for hanging out and the follow. Niz20. Thank you to you as well.
Here you go, Mark.
Mark with Ace King.
You guys want some 2-5 plus? Let me see if we can make that happen.
10 now.
We are still relatively new, so so getting players on our table is still a bit difficult because you gotta know a lot of people. And there are a lot of people with deep pockets that can come play. I know we have a couple nits at the table, but we don't necessarily want nits at our table. The 2-4 gets in there.
Check.
Chuck Pulp's second pair.
Check.
I agree, pro commentators. T-Rex, you're funny too.
10's a bet.
Chuck leading with the second pair.
Let's see, Mark might peel one off here.
Yeah, a lot of goodies.
It's actually almost exactly the right price. I think if I was Chuck, I think I would have just fired it all in, made it look bluffy.
Yeah.
Buddy gets it done, so Chuck's gonna add to his stack a little bit there.
Big blind, right?
Yeah, the guy using the surface, he's doing the he's manually putting in all the bets. So all the chips that go flying in the middle, he's manually typing them in. That's the man right there. His name is Tony. He's a great guy. And he just did some ecstasy.
Little E to get things going.
He goes, "There, someone touch me, please." My shirt feels so soft all of a sudden.
I taste purple.
Michael pulls a Joe Montana.
Pete with aces.
9.
Pete is so good at getting good hands.
Call. Call. Call.
Brent, do you have inside information?
All
Alright, we're going 4 ways here.
Mark with the flush draw.
Mark with the flush draw,
Golf ball with
Check.
second pair.
and Chuck with the gutter nugget.
Yeah, Chuck with the gutter.
Check.
Everybody got a little something.
I
Here
don't
comes
pop
the big
Molly or
raise.
Tom Ford.
35.
Does Mark take it off with his little
So-
flush draw?
Heck yeah, he wants to double up through B. Of course he does. 35,
I think-
35 for possible stacks. Heck yeah.
If you're calling with 4 or 5, you can't flop a whole lot better.
No rake on this game, guys. Yo, rake free. Mark slowly counts out a possible call.
think we might.
Did you say raise?
Yeah, I think we might see a raise and a re-raise here. I don't see Pete folding aces.
I think I see golf ball folding.
All in.
Yeah.
Whoa, the speech. The speech. Icky, icky, ooh, ooh.
197 total.
B Million getting called out in chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's funny.
Alright, I call.
Call.
Okay, let's see what happens here. Mark looking for a club. Step 1, not complete. Step 2, Ooska Ooska.
I wonder if I'm back in the game now.
Wow. Pete just all day, just taking it from everybody. He's gonna need like a separate little chip rack. Dude, that he's gonna. Sergey, thank you for the follow. There's a nice little close with Pete. He's actually cracking a little bit of a smile. BK stacking ya. Right now, Pete's the only one stacking anybody. This is getting nutty. Like I think at this point now, so this is his third game he's played. I would say he's probably plus. I don't know. He's probably getting close to 2K.
15, 16 at least.
And the one night he left early. He left with an hour to go.
One in, Mark.
And this is what makes Pete so good. Like every time he gets in the middle, he has the goods. One time he didn't.
Hey Dan, why don't you see if Mark's rebuying or not? He just got felded. See if he's rebuying. What? Yeah. What? No, I don't. If he's not, I will.
We're gonna see if Mark's gonna reload or not, and if not, we might see our friend Paul Boston back.
Knit City back again.
Back in his saddle.
Small one.
Harry hasn't played in a while. I miss Harry playing. Harry's got like 35 kids in chat.
Looks like he's reloading.
Good for him.
Good.
You know, when you fall off the proverbial horse,
When you fall off the bike, get right back on.
you punch the horse in the mouth.
2 to go.
No, we don't
No?
advocate
That's not what we
violence
do?
to animals. at
Oh,
all.
I meant you pet its mane.
Okay.
You say sorry and you say, please, can I
You
have
say
some money
that's
back?
The last thing we want is PETA.
Females, stop it. We are not in Zimbabwe. Yeah, it is a hell of a beard.
Yes, it is.
It's actually James Harden, everybody.
Heads up.
Ace King versus King Queen. Pretty flop for Harry.
And he checks it. Pete checks it back with
Because
second pair.
Pete has made one mistake all night. This is insane.
20. Call.
Make it 2. It is definitely beautiful. Harry's contemplating, can I get some thin value here? The age-old question is worse calling.
Third.
I gotta give him credit. He's thinking about it.
I like to see him make it like 105. The cheese stands alone. Like I raised, he called, he checked, I checked, he bet, I called. He's better than the river. What does he have? T-Rex rooting for the fold. Oh,
He's so good.
beautiful
He's so
for
good.
spaciousness. Amber waves of follicles.
Nice fold.
Yellow small one.
It was a good fold.
2 hands ago.
I mean, he peeled turn. which I think is fairly fine. I think James Harden, aka Harry, could have a lot of funky draws. He's betting on turn, so I think peeling it to queen's fine. And then he didn't compound his mistake. He folded the river when he was supposed to. So well done by Pete, as per usual. One of these days I'll probably get sick of giving Pete all these accolades, but for now I'm having a good time. But nice little pot for Harry for sure.
I was really hoping Nick from last week was going to be here tonight.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see him and Pete play.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping these guys at the table are having a good time and we can get some of them to come back. Chuck with a strong hand here, a couple queens. And raises the 10. No, but Nick played really well last week, as well as Rick, aka Maverick.
Yeah, he was running like gold last week.
So we get some of our regulars out here. We're gonna, keep adjusting the table, making it better and better, so you guys are entertained the best way you can be. What's up, Andrew? Thank you for the follow. Have both Andrews followed now? I don't remember.
Yeah, hopefully we can get enough people here every week so we don't have to get me in there anymore.
But, I mean, the real question is, did you have a nice time?
Oh, I was all right.
I mean, all the free water you could drink. Mark taking a stand in an interesting spot here.
Oh, you don't want to get a flush draw.
What's up, Posse 1972? You did play great, and you were the best dressed. Posse 1972 is Ryan from last week.
Played great?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
arguably the best, right, guys? Those of you who watched last week.
That must have been after I left.
That's what it was. And it's like Pete gets it done again. Ooh, blunts with the one-liner in there. Pete would be a great maid because he knows how to fold for sure.
He's what?
Pete would be a great maid because he knows how to fold. No wrinkles here.
I guess I'm gonna have to start straddling if I want the last option, huh?
Child that could possibly be arranged.
I'd love to see Paul straddle wanting to get last option and Pete put the double straddle on him.
Oh yeah. Oh, B Million, you just know the way to my heart, don't you?
I was really surprised with all the limping on the
straddles.
straddles. Yeah, that one shocked me.
Yeah, and even here, I was surprised Chuck just didn't rip it.
Check. Check.
This is
Pete with second pair.
five's
Tammy
in
with
the
bottom pair.
lead. Just curious, where's everybody from in the chat right now? Let's get
What's up?
let's get everyone blasting away. Where's everybody from?
Check.
It is 10 till 10 in Ohio right now.
15.
We are on Eastern Standard Time. Tammy gets it done. The Natty, New York, NYC, Kansas. Sorry about your Jayhawks. I'm going from the Natty. What up, Belgium? Thanks for staying up late. Same to you, nerd boys. New Zealand, welcome.
New Zealand? Really?
We're ticking off countries left and right here. We're trying to get a pin in our entire globe. Brazil. We got a Hoosier in the building.
$12 now.
Action, see it's hidden. There it is. We have straddle on. Looks like Mark made it 12 bucks. Yeah, we got people from all over the place. This is awesome. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
3 players.
We are here every Tuesday night.
Don't forget to tell your friends. Well, that's a pretty good flop.
All right,
for Mark.
let's take a time out here, and just say farewell to our fallen opponents. That is Harry and Chuck. Because Mark's got this sucker wrapped up. I'm waiting for the chat to hit. I'm waiting for the squads to hit in the chat. Bing, ball.
It's always nice to flop where you can't lose. Oh,
And now Harry's got a little extra incentive to bet again.
get the open-ended straight draw. And he checks it, taking the free card.
And we'll see if Mark can get some little extra value
He
here.
might get a little bit. Don't overdo it.
45.
See, this is where I get kind of what's up, Rahig? Thanks for the follow. This is where I always have like train wreck. Thanks for the follow. I'm always like in between, like just bombing it like pot size.
And then you're
'Cause it-
afraid you bet too little.
Because it looks like he has a 10. So now that Harry has made a Jack and River, like obviously him betting flop with air, now he actually has a real hand. So I feel like bombing river looks like a 10, and now betting smallish looks more like a deuce, maybe a king, maybe something funky like that. Big Million, are you serious right now? You are nut. I can't believe you. Bobby Million Miller in the chat just
Oh my gosh, Mark.
just put out Tammy's Match.com website is match.com/Tammy calls a lot.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Even if you didn't call, you probably got to see that.
So
That's what I was debating.
apparently his bet sizing was perfect because Harry's on the fence and he eventually made a call and said, "Ooh, poop. Oh, poop, you have quads."
Marcus.
It's always nice to flop
No
quads.
waiting.
You know, kids stay out of that.
Especially after getting felded once.
Sure. It's a long way to the top if you want to grind 1 and 2.
Quads.
Side kicking. 2 to go.
I thought BM stood for something else. I might be mistaken.
Big man.
That's one of them.
2 to go.
Blind Melon.
I thought maybe we had ace queen. I was like, really? Did it get there?
So back in the day when online poker was happening, like I was pretty into it, obviously. I know I love poker and all that stuff. My brother used to always think he was better than I was, but his trick in his mind was he would put Blind Melon on, you know that song No Rain, you know, whatever, and he would play it on repeat, and he had this
10 now.
thought process that he could never lose when that song was on. So if I ever heard it coming from another room, I knew he was trying to make all of his losses back. All right, damn, he gets it through.
About a month and a half ago.
You guys are making it really hard to commentate on the actual poker that's happening right now because the chat room is just, you guys are silly.
Pot 2. She had pocket 3s on a deuce, 3, 2, 4.
We are definitely going to have to get a monitor for me to be able to read the chat.
Oh, Chow. Chow, you were talking about certain ladies of the night earlier and some narcotics. Now you're talking about someone ingesting a banana
Probably still didn't make the final take.
in some sort of fashion. So you guys in the chat, tell your friends about us. I mean, we appreciate you guys following us, but we're trying to make this thing as big as possible. So tell your friends that you stumbled upon us and you want to make us grow and become one of the top streams on Twitch. So tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, sister, brother, anybody you know. Let's get this thing as big as possible.
5 players.
Mark in here with the jack deuce.
Check. Check.
Chuckums with the toppest of pairs. Mark's got a old gutter ball. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Pete with a gutter ball now.
Michael still looks a little chilly.
It is. It's cold out there tonight.
Which is funny because usually it's like
Yeah,
about $1.10.
Yeah, last week they had to open up the door and turn the fan on.
We're not telling. We don't want you to tell your friends to come play. We want your friends to tune in. Let's get like 1,000 viewers one of these days. Let's get everybody in here. And we can really have some fun. I'm trying to figure out what my former co-host from earlier tonight, Dan Crafton, is standing in the doorway with sunglasses on, hanging out in chat.
His future's so bright,
He
he's
looks
got to
like-
wear
He
shades.
looks like Tom Cruise in Risky Business right now.
Two to go.
Because he's in his underwear, too.
Yeah, and he's just listening to Bob Seger over and over again.
10 now.
I think everybody in the table should do some shots. I think that make the game a lot more
You
interesting.
know, I thought about bringing a bottle.
Sure. Let's get lit. Why not? Thank you, Ju. Sorry about the pronunciation. I didn't complete the fourth grade. Appreciate the follow.
Your first mark. Check.
Chicken, obviously.
Golf ball with the flush draw.
30.
Mandy with absolutely nothing. That's 30.
Call.
We could accept donations for the beneficial act of getting our players drunk. Sounds like a good idea to me.
We did have a request for now Mandy makes top pair and Paul gets the flush.
I have a hinting suspicion. Ooh, Paul, what are you doing? The spot's already big. You have to bet.
Check.
$60, please. 60.
75,
50.
50.
Not terrible. Not great.
That might get a call.
See, I think he did, but I think he got our whole
Yeah.
stack. He bet the turn. We almost had a spit take, and I'm guessing that's from Nairives. I don't know how you pronounce her name, but I think that almost caused a spit take from our off-camera friend. Moskowitz is crushing right now. You mean a little spin? Spoon feeding him some breakfast cereal.
I want to know what happened to the real Paul Moskowitz.
Look at Golf Paul. He's
He's up.
279 already.
He's only been playing an hour.
Pete, of course. Pete's trying to get to that G level.
Trying to double up.
So I think, so right now, Michael might be up a smidge.
Two to go.
But other than that, I think Paul and Pete are the only ones that are up right now.
Crazy.
Yeah, Harry's stuck about 92.
11.
Yo, 11.
Usually see the money spread a little more than this.
Tonight's max buy-in was 500.
I believe we had 2 players buy in for 5, didn't we?
I think we had 1 for 5, 1 for 400.
Oh, was it 4?
Yeah.
$16.
Chuck C bet 16. Tammy lets it go.
And they should just go around the table and just smack each other in the face. Just like turn to your left and just whoosh.
Live straddle.
Get everyone needs to wake up a little bit.
Dare, Pete. Alright, you dog.
I knew it.
No,
You did it.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'll let you have last time.
Oh, Pete was gonna do it.
5 to go. Live
Pulled it
straddle.
back.
He's going for the double.
Yeah, he put the double out there and then pulled it back.
That's a good dog.
Mark, 5 to go.
Suited Dan, you're a funny guy.
All in.
All in by Mandy.
Oh, and Michael picks up aces.
I think Mike's gonna call.
Flat here or raise?
I mean, she made it almost 60.
120 now.
I think either
Yeah.
way is kind of fine in my opinion.
I like to raise.
Like, it's not like
I
you're,
think there's enough out
it's not
there.
like, but even that, but it's not like you're gonna go like, I don't know, 5 way or something like that.
Yeah.
So if you flat, someone's got queens, they might, you know, that is definitely awkward. That awkward moment when you realize that you are crushed.
What are you rooting for?
A 7.
She's thinking of a card.
Jeez. Nice.
And that's not gonna
And
do it.
that'll do it on the turn. And Mandy taps out.
That's good.
And Michael gives like a half-hearted sorry.
Alright, guys, I'm going to sweeten the pie here a little bit.
Oh, I just missed it.
Throw
Huh?
in some beautiful.
Not yet. Give me a minute.
Thank you, Day Shift, for the follow.
And we're gonna sweeten the pot here. Little trail mix from
Crocodile Dundee 1453.
Poker
Thank you for the
Fitness
follow.
TV.
You are a friend of me.
As the rules say,
I agree. There are no
we
sorries.
got to have a straddle. So
We don't have time for sorries.
live straddle, 5 to
Sorry is a
go.
board game that you play with your grandparents.
Mark.
yeah, I'm never sorry when I beat somebody.
5 to go. Live straddle.
She walked out that way. She didn't say anything.
They are generally sorry when they beat you because the
5 to go, Mark.
Verbal abuse.
the verbal abuse you send their way.
Hey, I didn't say too much last night when I took the bad beat to get knocked out.
Not only the bad beat, but you also have someone rooting against you really,
Yeah.
really hard.
I did have a couple words for him.
Pete's going to sweeten his pot with a nice raise here. And this sweeten the pot is brought to you by PokerFitness.tv.
Oh, I was gonna take off because I gotta work it. What time is it?
First time?
Oh, you should have let me in.
So Pete wins the pot, and he wins the
Trail mix.
edible sweeten the pot that was brought to you by Poker Fitness TV. Check out PokerFitness.tv to learn some basic yoga moves that will help you at the table, allow you to be more flexible, and have better endurance for those long poker sessions.
That's the perfect thing to like keep in your car, and, so you don't like have to stop at McDonald's or something. You just.
This is not a casino. This is held in Akron, Ohio.
Yeah.
This is a rake-free game
Live straddle.
with a bunch of people that like playing poker,
5 to go.
and a couple dorks that like talking about poker.
Just everyday average Joes.
Well,
And
Harry,
Pete.
Harry, aka James Harden, he's got a daytime job that keeps him pretty busy.
Heads up, guys.
Playing for the Houston Rockets, that is. Mookie, you're still here? Thanks for hanging out. Harry's got the secret hand. Chuck with 2 8s.
16.
Oh, the big binky. And Chuck gets it done.
Did you?
Chuck says he would have snap called a raise.
All right, well, I'm going to step away for the night and let Suited Dan back in here.
Well, Paul, I thank you for your time hanging out with me. We had a nice time. Thank you for
My
playing on the
pleasure.
table. If Dan can
Swenson's son.
push pause on his chat hangout for a second.
All right, everybody. I'll see you next week.
All right, Paul. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you soon.
See you.
Harry with a couple sevens. Makes it 8 beans.
34.
Pete calls with 5s. I think Chuck mashed it up to 34. Welcome back, Dan. Missed you.
Hi, I'm back. Missed you.
Even though I was just watching you stand in the doorway, laugh at the chat.
I think I got Dr. Pepper up my nose.
Yeah, I saw you doing like spit take after spit take. This is getting nutso. So Harry's basically gonna put Chuck all in. So Paul's gonna fold, Pete's gonna fold, and we'll see what Chuck does as king queen. I'm guessing he's gonna get in the middle, but I just don't think Chuck's in the mood to fold. Yeah, he's already committed. So we're gonna do a little flipperoni here.
Are they showing?
For
Or they just- no, they're protected.
$176. It's a good start.
Oh, damn. Oh, yes. Jacks or aces ago.
So there's $7 more to go in the middle, and there it is. Chuck's looking for a king or queen, obviously. Thank you, Moral Oral, for the follow.
What was that guy's name again?
Slimba, too. Thank you for the
No,
follow.
the other one.
It was Moralase. Hector JG, thank you for the follow. You guys are the best. You guys warm me through and through. Appreciate it.
Hey, everybody. It's been an amazing night. I know last week's play was a little more aggressive and action-oriented, but
Less limps.
poker is poker, right?
You still have your sunglasses on.
I do. I'm trying to be a real poker player now.
You look good.
Thanks.
I can't get a read on you right now, I'll tell you that.
Do you know what I'm going to say next?
You're going to say...
No, you can't because I have
I
sunglasses
do not
on.
know. We'd like to thank again Poker Fitness for being our sponsor for the night
PokerFitness.tv.
and providing our sweet in a pot treats, our healthy alternatives with some nuts and berries and all kinds of good stuff to keep your protein levels high and keep you at tip-top shape at the poker table.
I heard that there was chocolate-covered blueberries.
That sounds delicious.
It actually does.
It balances out, you know. Sometimes you're like, "Ooh, this is all it's healthy." Oh, chocolate? Okay, I'm in.
You ever notice when you get the ace-4 and you always squeeze that second card out, and you're always like, yeah, it's aces? Have you ever actually, like, faked yourself out?
When you have ace-4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Especially when you just do that little squeeze.
I do like a full. I don't do a little squeeze. I just took a real peek. I'm not a pro. What do you want from me?
I'm kind of professional.
Semi-pro. Like Will Ferrell.
Semi-pro.
And Mark wins that one. Pushes Paul off the best hand.
Come on, babe.
Alright, I can't see with these sunglasses on. Why do poker players wear sunglasses?
Because it makes them feel invincible.
I mean,
You ever seen Big Daddy?
I seen Big Pinky in our chat room.
Big Binky.
Big Binky.
No, Big Daddy. Frankenstein, he wears the sunglasses, makes him feel invincible. Like no one else can see him. I think it's the same thing that happens with the poker players. They put them on, they're like, oh man, no one will ever see what I got going on here.
QQ, Michael.
Sit there for 2 hours. You'll want to see.
Hey ladies.
We lost a lady.
We did.
And what happened to Golf Ball Paul? Is he just like rocking it?
7.
So the queens made it 7 under the gun. Like I know that's like fairly standard, but I'm still making it 10. I don't care.
5 players.
And then everyone just like flats.
First mark. Check.
Pretty safe for queens still.
Check. 25.
It's not gonna stop him though.
I think Pete comes along. No, because
Yeah.
Mike hasn't played a
There's
lot.
people behind him. Mike's been playing pretty tight. I mean, basically always really shown is ace, king, and aces. People rooting for coolers. Usually, golf ball Paul is drinking wine coolers, but he doesn't have one tonight.
Oh, it's, yeah, I'm just gonna grab it.
What does it say about us as a society? As if we're only rooting for pain? Like, let's watch someone like cry on air. Like,
Well, it's like when you see a train wreck, it's like you don't really want to watch, but you watch.
but you're like, oh, maybe someone's femur's sticking out of the skin.
Right. Right. It's because of the gore that's produced in our TV and movies and in our books.
Speaking of gore, I watch Walking Dead later.
Yeah, you're gonna watch it later on tonight too. No
Hey, do you-
spoilers, please.
Do you want to watch it together on the phone and just talk to each other the whole time?
That'd be great.
Okay.
No spoilers, please.
Should go.
What's up, Judd?
Judd.
Welcome back, my friend. It's nice to see some of our repeat customers. It makes us feel nice and happy inside.
What's going on, Judd? Judd followed me on Twitter.
Me too.
He's kind of like my new friend.
Yeah, for sure. And he's probably been really disappointed because I've been so busy these last week or so, and I haven't really been doing anything on Twitter. Chat getting after Chow. This poker commentator fellow is basically just taking over the world.
I thought it was you.
No.
No.
You know, I am not nearly that clever. Poker commentator
Very
FTW.
last second before you have time to double.
I think it's B Mill's secret account.
Is he multi-accounting right now?
I keep telling him that he's gonna have to ask questions of the players here in like 45 minutes, and he's like freaking out.
Is he? Is
Yeah.
he a little camera shy?
He's knocking knees. I don't know what's going on.
He's not scared. He's got a really cute mustache.
Yeah, but he sits at the poker table so calm and collected. But you're like, hey man, I want you to interview some people, and he's like,
I think we're giving a false impression of Ohio, though. Not everyone in Ohio has a mustache. Just a lot of people.
if you don't have a mustache, you have a great beard.
Our stream is mustache heavy.
What happened to?
Time to go
Oh, we lost
live.
another player, huh? Boy, we're thinning out the herd.
Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, Chuck lost that flip, so.
Just 'cause we're short.
I wonder if Tony's Molly's kicking in yet.
Not really.
What are you guys talking about, Tony and Molly?
Well, we had a camera on him, and he popped some sort of pill, and we just assumed he was on X. We can ask him later. What do you?
I think that's gonna be the big question in the post show.
Yeah.
Tony, what drugs are you popping?
Tony, what colors are you feeling right now?
15.
Day shift calling out B Million in chat. Uh-oh, here's some action. We have potential to lose another player.
15 is the best.
Do we have to call mercy rule at some point? Like if Pete hits like 1200, is it mercy rule?
Yeah, it's like Little League Baseball. Why are we just flatting? I guess they knew. I still don't like this flatting with Ace King business.
It's a new trend in all the poker scenes.
I do not enjoy it.
Oh my gosh, I was actually thinking like an hour ago, where's Judd?
You do have him on your mind a lot.
I wanted to like send him a direct message on Twitter.
Well, you can fly him out here to have him come play?
I am. Well, I actually want him to sit next to me here.
Well, thanks a lot, jerk.
Well, he's cooler than you. And by cooler, I mean like temperature-wise.
Oh, I do radiate mucho hito.
You ate Chipotle.
I had Chipotle today, and
You
I
ate
had
some
spicy hot barbecue wings last night that were just.
You did slam them wings last night.
Oh Lord! It's like I had monkeys in my belly playing soccer all afternoon. Lowballing? Is that a new term? I wasn't aware of the term lowballing.
Rumor has it B Million is banned from the shoe.
Why do you say that?
Because he came in naked once.
It's amazing he got through the front doors. The shoe does have some pretty serious marshmallow pits. Nerd voice would love it.
It's a very small leaf. It was like a pine tree needle.
Covering him up.
No, he has a pine needle.
He has a pine needle? In his downstairs?
I don't know.
Oh, brother.
I'm not a doctor for a reason.
I have no idea what's going on.
I don't either.
Is Tammy really putting him on a jack right now? I didn't know Tammy folded pairs.
I don't think Tammy folds top pair.
But she is doing this double-handed chip dance, though. She's trying to seduce him like a snake charmer.
So you think the double-handed shuffle makes you look strong or weak?
Well, I think the fact she's taking 10 minutes to make this decision makes her look pretty weak. But then if she shoves it in his face, then it's kind of like,
She just grabs them all now and jams.
I think if she wasn't stuck, I think this would be like a snap in the middle. But she's stuck, which is kind of funny. I think it's kind of the opposite. This is what's awesome about the chat. They're learning our players. Like they know that Tammy's kind of stationary, and they're like, people are like, she's gonna fold. People are like, no, it's Tammy. She's going to call.
Hey, can we turn down the table mic a little bit? Everyone says that the chip shuffling is really loud.
That's why I put on at night as white noise to help me fall asleep. Just chip shuffling.
I turn on.
Good night. See you later.
I turn on
Michael
Bobby,
getting a bluff through.
Bobby Miller's leaf picking noise, white noise. I don't know where I was going with that, so let's just move on past it.
Do we figure out who day shift was yet? He's incognito. My bad.
No, I feel like Day Shift told me who they were like last week.
They were here last week? It's hard to keep track with all these new
I remember
followers.
Day Shift. I do remember Day Shift.
I've heard of Nightman and Dayman.
The only, I mean, my favorite, of course, is Jib Judd.
Pocky Poker, I remember you, bro.
Dizzy, thanks for the follow.
That's Dizzy.
And where's Mr. Motherbanger from Sweden?
Motherbanger.
Brendan, YYZ. YYZ, like Rush.
Today's Tom Sawyer. Mean guy. Boom, boom, bing.
Come to see it tomorrow anyway.
Boom, bing. All right, no more mouth guitar.
I liked your mouth guitar.
I'm shaking my head no. No means no. Deuces.
Wow. Let's get the beard camera on. Harry flopped the world.
So this is a bad spot for Mr. Golf Ball Paul. He's got top two now. But Harry's got the deuce. Harry's got the deuce. Pucky, you were a fine contributor last week in the chat. How could I forget you?
Pocky Poker.
Remember you and Judd, Mother Banger.
Posse, we have 253 followers. We peaked about 220 in chat tonight. Well, Paul says I got 2 pair.
He says that's not good enough. Harry's like, give me the monies.
Give me all your monies.
I'm not sure why I did D voice for Harry. I think he has a regular voice.
I think it's kind of deep. I think the beard like lengthens the vocal cords.
Is that what happens? Just
And,
some low notes.
And you can tell low notes, like Barry White notes. That was your cue to busting to some Barry White.
Sorry, Day Shift is talking about us, and I thank you, Day Shift. Appreciate it.
Day Shift, you rock, buddy. Thanks. I'll put the sunglasses back on if that makes me look stronger.
I'll put them on. These actually are my sunglasses, so maybe I should test them out.
Much better.
How are you wearing these for so long? It's like, let me turn out the lights. I guess that's the point of sunglasses, but
Did you call Jerry? He looked back at you.
that was Chuck back?
I think so.
Chuck's like, I ain't leaving.
Maybe you just walked out the. Just chill.
15 now.
It's my best CSI Miami face.
Harry makes it 15. Golf Ball Paul folds a 5-9 offsuit.
I think we have all the reds in play. I think we just had to chip up Pete a little bit, put some greens on the table.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Decent money's in play tonight. I think your screen is frozen.
Pete, it's your button.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Chat's not though.
Small blind, big blind.
I got a big screen in front of me. It's all good. Team Rudy represent in the chat. So I wonder if if Harry's unstuck yet.
What are you poking at me for? What did I do?
2 to go.
This hand here is brought to you by High Voltage Indoor Karting. It is located in Medina, Ohio. They have high-tech Italian
4 players.
go-karts that will zoom you around the course at 45 miles per hour. I have seen them in person, and they are phenomenal.
Did you get to ride any?
No, not yet. I haven't had a chance to get out there yet, but
Italian go-karts?
let me tell you, as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to be racing your butt around that track in no time flat.
They're just recently opening up out there, right? Or have they been there a while?
Sorry, I got lost.
I said, didn't they just recently open up?
They
or have they
did.
been there for a while?
I think about, what, 3 weeks ago or so? They opened up.
So
and-
I know there's a lot of Northeast Ohio folks in the chat room. So
Yeah, I think they actually opened up, what, the same week, our first week. So this is their 4th week of opening.
They're out on what, 18 in Medina?
Right around 18, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're in Northeast Ohio, go check them out,
They're on Foundry Road.
as they are supporters of Poker on Air, Rubber City Poker, which can be found every Tuesday night here
That
on
is
the
a-
Twitch network.
That's a great reminder. Every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, we are here live broadcasting live poker action. You guys sit in the chat room, tell us how you feel. Think the players are good, you're awful, you tell us, and we will commentate on it.
The Big Binky, thanks for being a follower. Hey, and I'll tell you what, if you guys aren't even like a fan of poker, Fear the Carver.
We do fear him, actually. We fear that he's going to be streaming during our stream, and that's really
Right.
annoying.
Nerves? What up, nerves?
I always have really bad nerves before we go live. I don't want to sound like a ding-dong.
It's a day.
It's today.
It's a day. I think the chat room is hilarious.
Chat rooms. The
Well,
chat,
I
chat
don't
room's the
remember.
best.
I was actually trying to say something really cool, but I can't remember. What.
Yeah, you were, and we got
We
sidetracked.
totally got sidetracked by all the followers, which is okay because followers is what it's all about.
So Chuck Reloaded looks like $100. Pop stop pair here. Yes, we are here at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time every Tuesday night. I'm going to be kicking in a Thursday night here, broadcast soon in a month or two, which is going to be a show called Chase the Bracelet, which I think you see advertised on the table, and we're going to run like a multi-week tournament series, and we're going to send somebody out to the World Series of Poker to play an event out there.
Yeah, if any of you guys have seen like the party poker shows where they play for week after week after week and they accumulate points, that'll be similar similar to how we do it. So we'll play singles each week. Each week you earn points. The top finisher will get a seat to the main event, the World Series.
Hey, check out this flop.
Not bad.
Michael flop 2 pair, check at the ace, and then turns.
Oh, I didn't
another
even see
ace.
that. That's a good turn for old Chuckums. I mean, you had to root for him a little bit because dude's
Check, check.
been getting cooler all night.
And another 8. Can't ask for anything better.
Dead man's hand
Of
comes
course,
through.
Michael's not coming along too long.
Not quite dead man's hand, I guess. Harry is a very fitting name for sure, guys. Yeah, I think it's definitely time for people to do shots. Everyone's just kind of like laid back, just chilling. I think it's time, people need to 3-bet with some junk. 4-bet with some junk. Let's get this party started.
Somebody nudge Pete. His chips are making his eyes heavy.
Is that what it is?
Look at that. The chips are draining his energy.
He is going to school full time right now, I believe.
Look at that. He hasn't blinked.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there it goes.
I don't
Somebody
think
got him.
I'm not sure if he went all the way down though.
Yeah, I don't know. He's only awake when he has cards.
I wish we had like a counter on that.
Look at it. I think his head just nodded. Oh, it's safe. He was
I prefer air wrestling day shift. I think that'd be interesting to see. I'm not sure how that works.
he was soul reading the dealer.
Solid.
8 is
I feel for
Mark-
Michael. I
Mark
want Michael.
raising
I want
the
this
5-8.
this last half hour. I want Michael to just get the nuts every hand. I want him to get like aces 4 times in a row, and just
Like
get
when,
paid.
like when Polychronopoulos had kings back
He's
hands.
just been like so patient, and so patient, and so patient. I want to see him get paid off.
There's an updated chip stack count. Pete is still way ahead. He's almost plus 500. Golf Ball Paul's up a couple hundred. Harry's unstuck now. I think Michael is up. Mark is down. Chuck is down. And Tammy is down.
Whoa.
Oh, it can happen.
Somebody said whoa for some reason.
See ya and cut.
Yeah, something
I
happened.
think Golf Ball Paul's just like, whoa, just out of the blue, just for no reason.
I think my chat dropped.
Average bid raise.
4 deuce
11.
people out there.
We actually don't have chip cards. We have, or we have chip cards. We just don't have chipped chips.
11.
So here's the next thing. If we can next week, if we can get to 300, if we can get to 350 consecutive viewers in our chat room, Trevor will sit the week after and read everybody's name and thank them personally.
Sure. If we get to 350, I'll do a lot of things.
Really?
Sure.
Let's talk off mic.
Yeah. Georgia on Team Pete. Going for the Enorma Pengar.
So the Twitch app is asking me to rate it, and it just crashed on me. Love it or hate it? Chat room, go.
What are you talking about?
Twitch app crashed.
Lame-o.
Zetka UK. Where are you from?
Wow. You're quick. That Dr. Pepper just really heightening your senses.
Pocky Poker. We peaked like 223 tonight.
Yeah.
7.
Very exciting, very exciting.
That was before you showed up, though. You brought the party.
22.
Yeah, the Enorma Pengar.
Oh, they want you to play.
You
Look at that.
guys started donating to my fund.
Got Harry raising Ace King offsuit to 22. Tammy calling in with her Jack Queen offsuit. Heads
I
up.
have a weird feeling Queen Jackson win this hand.
Well, there you go.
I was soul reading that time. Pete with a hit and run.
I told you he was falling asleep.
He did look awfully sleepy.
We're not gonna have a very big post game show.
No, it's gonna be
It's gonna be you and me just
me and
talking
you
for
just
a little bit.
talking to people who are hanging out.
That's cool. We'll just talk to you guys for a half hour.
Pete's like, I'm out here. You're not my dad.
I'd like to be his kid tonight and see if I can get a cut of that.
I think someone just collapsed off camera.
It was Mark trying to carry all Pete's chips.
Mark is actually RoboCop. That's why it sounded like a bunch of metal falling down the flight of stairs. The chat heard it. They were like, oh boy.
One by the camera leg.
There goes all Tammy's money into the middle.
Man, I feel a queen's coming.
It's gonna be really difficult.
87.
He's not calling. He's just hanging out for a second.
But I mean, the queen's the fun card.
Yeah, it's just.
But he's got a lot of outs.
Yeah, I'm folding. With
I
one card to
know.
come.
That's the right fold, but I just felt like it was coming.
Nice little win for Tammy there. Puts her up to 238. I think she's in the game for 300, so almost unstuck.
She got 30 more minutes to break it down.
Break it down. Is she gonna dance?
I'm about ready to dance.
Break it down.
I'm about ready to do the Running Man.
Do you remember the Running Man?
Yeah. Just for Jared Jed.
Georgia doesn't need it. Wow. Poker commentator, you must have some fast fingers. You type out some pretty serious business over there. Pocky Poker on Team Tammy now.
Yeah, I mean, I was a blank. I lost my straddle last time. Yeah, it was up there.
We are trying to figure out where the heck the button's supposed to be.
I think the table is too.
Yes, tape.
The table doesn't allow it to run more than once, but if we used our overhead camera, we could technically do it. It would just mess with the software and the chip stacks, just because how the RFID is set up on the flop. That is precisely correct, nerd voice. You know I only play checkers. And the money goes to Chuck. B million using the friend excuse. I don't want to take my friend's money. Zoinks. Damn, sorry you're having trouble with your
I'm trying to get in there.
situation over there.
I'm really frantically trying to get back in the chat room.
Can you not just do it like through a browser?
No, it's going down.
It's a
I think B-Mill banned me.
Is that what happened? Too many funny
That's what I'm
comments?
thinking. He said I'm way too funny.
Let's see if Golf Ball can flop quads like Mark did earlier with deuces.
Oh, sorry about that.
Chow, I don't think it's necessarily the stakes. I think it's more the players. If you have all the best players in the world and they're still playing 1-2, the stakes don't really necessarily matter. Just 2-5s, it's just more money.
Well said.
They can be playing 2 cent, 5 cent, but if they're all super good players and the money actually matters, then that's what's going to be.
What do you mean the money
the
actually
important
matters? It's like if me buying in for 100 big blind and a 2-cent table is like taking food away from my family, that's bad.
It's not good.
Hey, look at that. Cooch.
What he's doing on his tablet is see all the mounts that people are betting. He's manually typing that in each time someone bets, so we can have that on our screen.
Yeah, we don't have RFID chips, which would be great.
Someday, it would save a lot.
Someday.
A lot of pecking at the tablet.
But we like to make sure you guys can see the bets and see the chip stacks and see the pot size. So it's the sacrifices that we make for all of you.
Tell him, Mookie. This is kind of a gross spot for Harry. But it'd be a 6 spot to bluff. Yeah.
Timmy got away with it, huh?
B million coming with the truth. All right. Remember, I mentioned earlier, I think this is the time when they needed to just all do some shots or something. We've got 25 minutes left or so. Hopefully we can go out the bang here.
Hey, what are you doing next Tuesday, Trev?
If all goes well, and I'm assuming it will, I will have my butt firmly planted in the seat next Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Time.
Why?
Because Tuesday night means Rubber City Poker.
Because Tuesday night is poker night.
No, you gotta keep going with this now. What's your rest of this
Because
jingle?
that's all right. It's late at night.
Or is that a stroke?
And crash.
The dealer's head is white.
That's all we got.
That's
So
all we
anyhow,
got.
so Tuesday nights, guys, tune in. Obviously, we got a bunch of new followers tonight, so you will be getting an email. So once that email hits your inbox, tune on over and get in for the beginning of our game next week.
We'll let you know via email when we're broadcasting.
And you can follow us on Twitter at PokerOnAir. You can follow me on Twitter at T.1512, and you can follow Dan at
Go ahead, say it.
Suited Dan.
Your voice sounds so lovely. You see why you see Golf Ball Paul there? He's got that half chewed up golf ball. He's been using that as a card marker for as long as I've known the guy. 5, 6, 7 years. He said his son found it and he goes, what a card marker. So I got the name, Golf Ball Paul.
It's perfect, and it matches the shape of his head.
Yeah. If he takes his hat off, you'll see all the dimples like on a
Mhm.
golf ball.
Yep, and the scuff marks from when he
And
sliced
then-
it into the woods.
And then that time when he was 25 and had Tyler's tattooed to his head.
Mm-hmm. Awkward.
Yeah, but
Pro,
hey,
Pro V1 right behind his ear.
that guy's never golfed at all.
Isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
Ten.
Looks like we're having a little bit of issues with our overhead camera.
Well, I think we're having some, I don't know, because it's a web camera. It's a
Yeah.
web, it's a web feed.
It's running on our Wi-Fi, and we got a lot of stuff going on right now.
There's a lot of streaming happening
Got
right
like-
now.
We got like 200 computers, this table, our stream going out to all of you wonderful people.
We're probably pulling the stream in on about 6 or 7 computers.
Mm-hmm. True.
We have bandwidth.
What is going on here? Just Chuck just getting silly, and Mark didn't know what to do with himself.
B Mill going old school pager. Combat Rogue, thanks for being a follower.
I feel like Chuck as a tournament player might have a little more success right now playing shorthanded
Live.
because he's constantly playing down to 1.
Just because it's already being shown.
I appreciate all the positive feedback in the chat room. I mean, it's again the reason that we put this out there is for you guys. We all love poker here, and we love our city, and we love the poker players in Northeast Ohio, and so we want to broadcast them. And if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right with some high quality stuff.
That's right. Sorry, I was chuckling because I saw Nerd Voice's little
We're not
comment. about
we're
the
not
dimples.
putting no 420 resolution out there. We're putting full 1080p.
Yeah, we're not putting any 420 anywhere.
No 420.
10 more.
Sorry guys.
And called.
And watch the chat explode and go.
3 players.
3.
So Mark Ray's under the gun, and Tammy calls it a deuce 6.
That's a lot.
Chuck with second pair.
No spade draws, but everyone will fear it.
I love it. I like flop.
King would be lovely.
For 1.
Pain.
Oh, it's like fast motion.
Big sigh from Mark. Cooch.
Can't win.
It was all donation.
So it seems like Chuck's like finding his sea legs right now. I think he was a little out of sorts early on, and I think right now he's more in a comfort zone.
There's Tony, AK Molly.
I did one.
Too many spades.
Hey, Glenn.
He's one of the founders and producers.
Congrats, Mookie.
Founder and producer of
Huge
Poker
win.
on Air. Tony Price right there, folks. Let's give him a standing ovation.
Because I'm gonna have a monster finish the next spot. I
That's
actually,
where I think I remember you going.
Congrats, Mookie. I saw that.
I was gonna do the next.
Blunt Step, appreciate you taking the time to thank Tony for his all his hard work tonight.
Actually, you know, I'm going back to the whole Mookie comment. It's like, so if he's watching us in bed with his girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
then we're like in bed.
We're basically in bed
We're
with
kind
his
of in
girlfriend.
bed with them. With them both.
You're welcome, Mookie's girlfriend.
Suited Dan says you're welcome.
Right. That's why.
11.
So Chuck's got some secret cards right now.
He's got the beef jerky.
He's got the beef
He's
jerky
got the
hand.
beef jerky secret hand.
Either way, he got the job done. Even though he bet 11 into $10, but what are you gonna do?
Do you think that, like, if Paul took his hat off, him and the dealer would be like twins?
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, wait, what's your mom's name again? She's my mom too.
What's your dad? Was your dad a milkman?
As a matter of fact, he was.
Wow. What route did he deliver?
All I know is he always delivered.
Delivered the milk.
Milkman cometh.
Zoinks. I got nothing. You should turn that camera off. Hi, kids.
Mikey makes it $7. We got a couple colors. I think Chuck's in a no-fold zone right now.
I think we need to get some shout-outs to the Poker on Air team because everyone's saying how great that this broadcast is. And, you know, we do have a lot of people that work here behind the scenes. PJ is doing all of our camera switching.
Mhm.
She's bringing you the great shots that you've been seeing tonight, putting you right into the action. She's controlling a lot of our standalone cameras, plus some of our mobile cameras. We do have a camera out on a boom, like a stand. That's the camera that you'll see the motion action shots from. And
Chuck has two pair.
Chuck has two pair.
That's gonna be into the sand though.
And there he goes. He takes it down. And we have Len, who's controlling that camera, who also has done all the amazing video work, all the amazing commercials that you see.
Yeah,
and,
you should see the rig he has above the players' heads. They have all the cameras on it. I mean, he basically did it all himself. Like
I think if you go to our Poker on Air Facebook page, you can see some like behind the scenes.
the in progress looks that we had.
You can see us at the Inside Studio. Hookup Bot, what's up? Thanks for being a follower.
Swipe left.
Mark is there playing in seat 2 right there. Mark, he's our tournament director.
Thank-
Filling in a seat tonight.
Thank you, Murray.
And Golf Ball Paul is another great member of our team.
Green Toxic, thanks for the follow.
He's filling in as well. And
Here comes the boom!
Mr. Paul Boston.
10 now.
Who took off a little earlier tonight. He played a little bit, commentated a little bit.
And you know B Mill? He's been hanging out with us for a few weeks.
Our chat guru.
He's kind of like our ugly stepson.
He's a handsome gent. Leave him alone.
Okay.
Did you talk about yourself yet?
Well, they know us.
No.
They're seeing us. I'm just
Well, I would like to thank you for being an awesome co-host, sitting to my
Aw.
left for the majority of the night tonight. You keep things rolling, and I dearly appreciate that because I can't talk about myself for 4 hours straight. I tell you that.
I feel privileged to hang out with you and to be able to be entertaining to 220 some people this evening.
That's right.
And of course, the show can't be without you, the host with the most
In the jacket.
in the jacket, and that's Trevor. He has the best hair in the world. Right now, you can't see it really well because he's got a headphone on.
Thank you, Skull Salon in Kent, Ohio. I appreciate you guys for always making me look nice and tidy.
Always keeps him looking good. So we have a great team here, and it's awesome to be part of this. And this is our 4th broadcast, and it just keeps growing and growing every week.
Yeah, 4th of many, many to come because we're going to be here every Tuesday night. If you miss a broadcast, you can go to our website, pokeronair.com. Check out all of our past broadcasts in full HD. and get to know some of our players, because we do have a lot of repeats, and in the future we'll have new players coming in the table. But
Oh, and I forgot to mention, Jerry is one of our regular dealers.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see him there too.
Jerry, Paul's long lost brother.
Yep.
Does
It's a great team. We're here to stay because we're not producing great quality shows just for the heck of it. We're sticking around. We're like glue.
Oh, Day Shift. I can't even repeat that.
I know who Day Shift is now.
You figured it out? Are you
Yep.
calling him out or no?
I'm gonna call him out.
Uh-oh. He's not going to like that very much.
I know who Day Shift is.
Check. Check. 15.
Chuck makes top pair on the turns.
I know who Day Shift is. KV.
I've heard of EV, not KV. Getting them tatas on hype. Hype.
Hey, if you get us to 500 followers, I'll go topless.
Oh, brother. From 500 to 0, let's see how fast we can do it.
500 followers. Tell your friends.
Mark shows us a king high and says, brrr, I lose.
3 pairs. Yeah, 3 pairs.
Our payment is your happiness.
Hookup bot, that is the plan in the future. Right now, we are doing this out of the kindness of our own hearts. We're trying to get an audience. You can't make money if you don't have an audience. So we're building from the ground up, and we're gonna see where this takes us. In the future, we do hope to host some casinos, cash games or poker tournaments on our platform, or maybe even on Twitch as well. And if we have a large enough audience, I think the revenue will come in eventually.
If you're enjoying this content, if you want to kick a few bucks this way, we wouldn't complain. I mean, look at it. I haven't eaten in like a week.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
You
Been starving. Just kidding.
starving artist.
We're doing it for
Michael
the
with
fun.
queens again. He actually has had some pretty big hands.
We love you guys. We love the game of poker more than we love you guys, but we love you guys almost as close as we love poker. So, as Bobby said, it's just a hobby for all of us.
Thank you, Blunt Step. I agree. I think poker does need this. All the major TV shows that used to happen, especially in the United States.
Oh, lovely.
Whoopsies.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Loving your top pair.
Hey, Mark. Whoopsies.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Chuck. Look at that.
Texan18, thanks for the follow.
Open
So anyhow, I guess I'll get back to my point after this hand.
Yeah, because this is kind of a great hand.
So we got,
Eric Itai. RCD. Hello.
yeah, I like
Welcome.
that. I like that better. RCD.
RCD. MTG Sus. Thanks for being a follower.
Does that mean you're like a,
45.
I don't know, MPG sus?
I like this hand.
Yeah. Chat's talking about pain. The pain is real.
Just flats.
Here's a weird spot for Mr. Chuck.
He's going to flat. What's Mark doing with his top pair? Is Mark raises?
Chuck's not quite as deep as I'd hope he'd be. I think Mark's gonna fold, actually.
No. I don't think so. Maybe he smells the set.
He knows Michael has not played a ton of hands.
He doesn't raise. If anything, he
Never
folds.
raising.
He's trying to work it out in his head. He just flats.
Pain.
Oh, I knew it. I knew
gosh.
an ace was coming. I knew it.
There you go, chat. Welcome to the Thunderdome.
There's the pain. pair the board on the river.
I don't even know what I'm rooting for anymore.
I want a paired
I
board.
mean,
on
Chuck
the
is
river.
stuck the most, probably. I mean, I guess you can't root for people to get even, but. So when Chuck to the 3 of a kind. I mean, you had to bet to block, like,
I think Michael
all
knows.
crap rivers, but
I think Mike knows that
icky.
that he may not be as strong as he thought he was. He's reaching for a big stack. Oh, he
Holy
checks.
potato salad.
Oh, that opens up the door for Chuck.
Now Chuck's just going to value. Say all in.
Nope, 100. 110.
I don't know why I went all in so bad.
I can't believe they all checked.
Mark's getting off cheap here. I think he's just going to be like, "Meh, meh."
Yeah, well, they think the ace saves him a lot, and he's like, I gotta go.
He's going, why did everyone check the turn? I don't understand. I think it's going to be a crying call by Michael, but
Yeah, I think he's.
I'm not positive though.
He has played really tight. What's the
But
bet?
Chuck has also
110?
played like 90% of the hands after like the last 3 orbits.
Oh,
Ooh, that's not a good question to be asking.
let's be quiet. Let's listen to him. Let's be like golf commentators.
It's about 95 yards to the front of the green, with a slight slope from right to left.
Michael asked what he had left.
A slight breeze at his back. He doesn't want to overshoot this one.
Chuck's like, please look at all my chips. I'll count them for you.
Michael is officially in the cage. Michael is in the cage.
Oh, he calls. He just flats.
He
I
just
think I
realized.
do too.
Yeah, that's just an unfortunate spot. I mean, it didn't like. Obviously, he checked the turn, which was pretty brilliant, and he just has to call. I think a lot on the river there. I mean, I think there's a lot of king queens. I think there's a lot of ace queens maybe.
Chuck raking in a nice.
So
size
Chuck
pot.
Chuck was just waiting for like the end of the
Wow,
night.
nice chip count, right on cue.
So I'm not positive how much Chuck's in for. I think he's in for 5. So he actually might be.
He actually might be.
He
Up.
might be out. He might be out of the hole. Do you think? Here's a question for the chat. So you think if Chuck leads turn, does that make his hand look face up, or does it look like he just made an ace on the turn?
Nice
like-
big hint. Okay.
Like if he's like if him leading when the ace hits, does that look like he was like floating with ace high, or maybe like ace queen or something like that, and then he's leading for protection? And you think it stacks in, or do you think checking was the right play?
Chat room go.
I'm not even sure if I even articulated myself the best way. Oh, Chuck's ready to party now.
22.
Chuck's got them AAs.
Day shift. We used to play in my basement.
Come on, man.
Oh, and Chuck gets nothing.
Take it back.
Did I?
I think you did, sir.
What was it?
Little red chip you had out there.
Got him, too. Here, man. That's really very good.
Got about 5 minutes left in our game tonight, but we are gonna have a little 15-minute post game and talk to some of the players. If you have any questions you would like to ask any of the players, real serious or not serious questions, let's see if we can get them out there. So stick around for our post game, which will come immediately after 11 o'clock.
Yep, about 5 minutes or so. So we're gonna have maybe
A couple more hands.
2 or 3 hands left. But I'm enjoying the chat, the discussion about leading turn with the straight or not.
Here we go, guys.
I think it's actually a really fun discussion right there. I mean, Michael obviously has been playing pretty snug, so you think he has a pretty strong hand. So you think he's probably betting turn there. Amazingly, he didn't. I mean, I guess he really put them on possible jack tens. This deck indeed does have 15 aces. It's one of them wacky ones you have to pay extra for.
Or you can talk about how you got ace.
Ace queen for Mark.
Yes, tonight we're playing a 1-2 no limit cash game. Buy-ins ranging from 500 to 100, I think, tonight.
Check. Check.
We've already had a few players cash out for the evening.
Flush draw for Chuck. Top pair for Mark.
25.
I think Chuck's like just letting it rip right now.
So Paul bets out with his mid pair, $25.
This could get really interesting, or not.
Stack of blue.
If I'm Mark, I think I'm re-raising. Just because that board is juicy as heck.
And let's see the turn.
Drum roll, please.
3 players, your first mark.
Beautiful 10.
Check.
There's Mark check there. Put a little something out.
He thinks he's
30.
kind of playing pot control, I think here. Paul took the lead on this hand, which is kind of weird.
And he's still grabbing it. Chuck's still playing for that club.
He's
Now he
raising.
comes over top.
70.
Mark's thinking, little King Jack, what?
I think the only thing is, I mean, no real hand is like King Jack of clubs. I mean, that's just, even then, I think there's a lot of raises when they have that hand.
Oh, look at the chat room calling for the pain. Get your chat, give him an ace of clubs on the river.
Mark just folded, so
Oh, walked away.
I think Paul's gonna fold as well.
Rabbit it, rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. If Paul folds, someone out there, Len, tell him to rabbit the hand if Paul folds.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Oh, wait, don't say anything now, Len.
If Paul makes this call, I'm gonna go pat him on the back.
Okay, don't say anything, Len. Looks like it'll be one more hand after this one. I love this.
As I said, like Chuck finally found his stride. Like it's just a
I
little
love
bit
this
too
bet.
late.
I love this bet.
125.
Oh, he steals it.
I don't. All right, let's talk about this hand.
Okay.
So Paul calling. I mean, is he just calling turn because he's hoping for a jack? So I mean, if you're calling turn, how does the 4 hearts scare you? So either you're folding turn, or you're calling river when the 4 hearts hits there. That makes me a little bit upset.
I think like chip management got in his head, not poker. I think he was protecting what he had.
Or he could have won the $400 pot. I mean,
I really,
I know
he's-
you're not like defending him. You're just saying like what you think he's doing. I'm just saying like, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, so that tells me if he goes by my logic, it tells me that he never thought his 9 was good. So you're right. What's he calling
So
for?
yeah, exactly. So unless he's just calling for the hopefully non-club jack, which you know is 3 outs. It's just
15 now.
this can be a learning lesson for Paul. But as I said, this is our last hand.
Call.
So chat, stay tuned. We will play this hand out, and then we will all be in the other room with the poker players, and you guys can ask them some questions if you'd like. So get them ready.
So Paul raises 10, 15, sorry, with his 10s. Tammy calls with her 7s, and Chuck with an ace-6. I think just want to play the last hand.
Fairly safe flop.
Got the 1 over card. I think Tammy's going to bet out. 14. Paul's just going to flat. Chuck's probably
man.
going away, huh?
I feel.
Unless he just feels like I'm going to float this ace since he stole that money from Paul.
I agree, Bishan. You have to know when you make a play on one street, you have to know what your plan is for the subsequent streets afterwards.
15.
Tammy checks. Paul bets his 10s.
Why are we betting so small?
15 into a $100 pot.
Well, and this is what happens. You bet small, it looks like you're a weak little ninny, and someone with a real bet comes in and is going to push you off your hand.
Chuck gonna steal another one from Paul.
Well, now he has to. I mean, you can't call now if you go, oh man.
Here we go.
See, Chuck just got the ball rolling just a little too late. Like he won like 80% of hands once we got shorthanded.
Yeah. His game stepped up.
Definitely.
He's walking away positive tonight.
Let's see if we can get a last little chip count. Maybe not. I don't think we can relay it to dealer right now, but
Can someone holler for a chip count real quick? Let's see if we can grab that before we sign off for tonight.
yeah. So let's see the last numbers for the night and see where everyone finished up.
Kind of a different. It was kind of weird play tonight.
It was
just a lot of limping.
It had a weird flow.
So I'm not sure if that's because Pete kind of just racked in the chips right away. There's our chip count.
So Chuck is definitely up now. Paul still stayed up. Harry stuck about what's that, $88 or so. Michael up a little bit, Tammy down, and Mark down.
But I think Chuck made probably 300 of that in the last 20 minutes.
If not more.
Yeah.
I mean, he really. I think his last buy-in was $100.
Yeah, he just started.
So he
racking
spun
in.
up 100 to 800 like really, really fast.
So excellent poker play there. Excellent cards for him. We can take those chip counts down. Again, just kind of a wacky play this week. A lot of limp pots. Some great hands, some good action.
People weren't really going crazy with air. There wasn't like a spot where like, oh, I'm a 3-bet or 4-bet with, 6-4 off. Like there was just, if I had it, I'm gonna raise. If not, I'm just gonna kind of get out of the way or limp, which, as you guys heard, kind of drove me crazy.
Right. So whether you call it, a standard night of poker, but any night of poker of 4 hours of live broadcast is better than no poker at all. So.
And it's always a learning experience. You take this and you maybe get into the mindset of your fellow players at the casino and why are they limping? What are the hand ranges they are limping? So either way, it gives you an idea of what's going on in your opponent's minds.
Sure. So we're gonna say goodbye from our poker booth, from the commentator booth tonight. And we're going to push you back out to the poker table where I think B Mill is hanging out there, and he's just going to kind of do some wrap up and talk to the players that are remaining.
Yeah.
So,
See if you guys send up a few questions over the chat, we can try to answer them for you real quick as we pass the mic around the table.
Yep.
But thanks again for tuning in. Like we said, we're here every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern time on twitch.tv/pokeronair.
and if you missed any of tonight's broadcast, probably in the next day or two, we'll have it set up on YouTube and different areas where you can find on pokeronair.com. So for me and Trevor, I guess we're signing off for tonight. And Bobby, we're going to send it out to you, buddy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're here with the survivors of the game, just to kind of get a little insight. One thing I have to do real quick, just pass this around. Just gonna pass this around. Okay. No, but I do have a few questions for you guys about the game tonight. Chuck, it seems like you made a good comeback. I know you were struggling for the longest time. This is my friend Chuck, by the way, and I was actually really down for a while the way he was getting dealt in hands and stuff. But what are your thoughts about the game? Like, what happened? What went through your mind, like, as you were playing, like, throughout the whole session, and like when things changed?
Sorry guys. Cameras this way. I kind of felt like I got on my game a little bit. Played a little tighter than I probably would have early, to be honest with you. Kind of didn't realize like how deep some people were. I guess made a couple mistakes and have fold equity. So had to go outside, regroup myself, think about things, come in with a new strategy, and I got lucky, I guess. So.
Hang on a second. The people in chat want to know what he's listening to.
Oh yeah. That was one of my questions too. We did want to know exactly what you were listening to. I mean, you had the headphones on. Some people guess U2, Katy Perry, Celine Dion was one. I mean, I don't know. I was just wondering. Okay. So basically, he had his headphones hooked into his pants, and that was it. There's nothing playing. It was just a blank wire. I actually had a question for you, Paul, on that last hand that just happened. You had King 9 on the turn. I just kind of was trying to understand the turn where you called, and then what you had like for your intention on the river. Like, you called his bet, and then you kind of floated his raise, and then on the turn, I was just kind of wondering like what your thought process was at hand, like what you were kind of hoping to do on the river.
Well, is that where the queen came out on the river?
No, 4 hearts.
Oh, the 4 hearts. Well, yeah, I was hoping to hit. I of course, the approach that I took, I put him on. I think the queen was in the window, and I had the 9, and I like that, and I thought I'd love to hit the king or the 9, on the other 2 streets, and I didn't, and he made a good bet, and I chickened out, so I folded out there. Some of these hands I might have played a little differently if I knew the clock was winding down, and I didn't want to really finish off losing a few hands, which I still ended up doing, but I felt that I cut my losses. But I'm guessing with that question being asked, I probably got I probably was leading.
Like Chuck next week.
Well, the chat did go crazy when you were making your decision. They were kind of confused because they figured you had some kind of plan for the river, like you were gonna do something, and then the river came and you just folded. Which is, I mean, that's kind of crazy because the river was like kind of an irrelevant card, so they were just wondering why you would call and then not call on the river. They have a nickname for you. It's beautiful, very beautiful. They wanted to know what you use on your beard, and
head and shoulders.
Head and shoulders. So everybody out there, if you want to know what Harry's using on his beard, it's Head and Shoulders. Yeah, these are straight from them. I can't make this stuff up. So I mean,
I told people I was gonna go feel it, just like so they could be part of the action.
Also, Mike, early on, there was a hand you had. You had Ace Queen. We're not sure if the graphics were right. Everybody's kind of wondering. It was like, it was a Queen high board.
Yeah, ace high board.
Or it was Ace high board. I'm sorry.
Here, with 2 clubs. What do you have?
What do you have?
I just want to know what made you fold an ace on there. Like, did you get some kind of feeling, or was there?
Tight, and there was really only like one ace that I beat, in my opinion. I beat ace 10.
You don't think like there was any bluffs in his range or like stuff?
But I mean, he was betting into 4 people. I don't feel like he's gonna do that with kings or anything like that.
So just kind of save some money just in case. It's like a.
Yeah, I felt that way.
Fair enough.
I think it was 30 that he made it in 40, and I don't know. I think I was sitting at maybe 200 at the time. So if I call there, if he bets again, I'm probably just folding anyways. So.
Fair enough.
I don't know. But he had played pretty tight, so I just gave him credit for a hand I lost.
Yeah, you didn't have that much money invested, so it wasn't that big a deal. He's so dying. You'll have to watch the stream to find out. Yeah, Kings. So kind of a hero fold.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I didn't feel like I lost anything.
Um,
I didn't really know much about the guy. So
I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't really know much about the guy, so I just decided to fold. I guess. I don't know. Like queens, kings, ace king, ace jack are all in his range, so yeah, I just folded.
And you would save money.
Yeah, I could have waited for a better spot. I think I found a couple good spots, and I think I lost a couple good spots too. But you ended up killing me all game. 3 big pots.
So Harry, how did you like the game? Like, was it fun for you? Did you like the experience?
Yeah, it was fun. Just couldn't get anything going really in the beginning, but played a couple hands, but pretty bad. I played pretty bad. But got involved with Pete. He was really aggressive earlier. Well, he was aggressive the whole night, but hadn't played with Chuck. And it was good. It was fun, good experience. Like to come back.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The big question is, how many kids do you have? Because like there's 7 people in the chat, and this if you're their dad.
Yeah, there was. You did have quite a few people in chat saying that you were their kid. I don't, or they were your kids.
A couple of buddies, he told me to let people know about it, so I shout out like literally like.
Well, apparently they're all your kids.
We were giving shout outs too, but then like 8 other people said, well, yeah, Harry's my dad.
So what do you guys think about Pete? Like, I know he was the chip leader for pretty much the whole night, so I don't know if there was like something special he was doing. What do you guys think about his play, or anybody?
Well, I'll tell you what, I like having Pete at the table. He's a very good player, and you know, even though if he ends up you know, bluffing on some hands, you know, the timing where someone will get in a hand with him, and like the one I thought he was bluffing and he had the aces. I wasn't in that hand, but so by that kind of aggressive play, when he does get a hand, you just don't know when he's waking up with it. But you know, he's walked out of here a winner every time, so he's doing something right.
So he's not folding King 9 on the river after calling on the two. Oh, sorry. So now I'm just going to ask the chat. I mean, if you guys have any suggestions or anything you want to add or ask the players, go ahead and send it through in chat, and I'll ask them for you guys. I can't ask that. Sorry. There is a sunglasses question. Let me see. Prada or Ray-Bans? He said Walgreens. That's what he said.
Yeah, they're probably some cheap Circle Yeah.
So it looks like there's no serious questions to ask you guys. It seems like a bunch of trolls. Yeah, how do you find time to play poker when you're playing for the Rockets?
Tough, man, but I gotta do it, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mixed game, crazy pineapple, no limit hold'em. So some crazy games that you guys are requesting. Does anybody even know how to play crazy pineapple? Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Oh. Everybody hates it. The census is we hate it. Yes, but I'm still calling you a bunch of trolls. That's all I'm gathering from this. I appreciate you guys watching. Tune in every Tuesday for now and enjoy some poker. I mean, it was fun. Everybody had a great time, and I hope you guys join us again. See you next Tuesday. I'll be there in the chat. Don't troll me like you're trolling me now.
See you next Tuesday.
I'd be Pete number 2 if I was at the table. Just everybody is requesting candy in some form of some way. I can't say. The chat was all. Yeah, what's the sorry, I gotta put you guys on the spot like that, but I was just on the spot.